We come to some 5-minute calls to your level.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So one of the headlines in Budget 2013 that hasn't received a lot of focus in the appropriations debate was this one in the Radio New Zealand website, which said whānau ora gets financial boost. And so I want to, in my time, bring some attention to, or balance at least to the debate, by celebrating some of the transformation that is taking place under the radar and in the name of whānau ora. So I've come across a clever analysis of the difference made by Dr. Fiona Cram, described as Māori 3.0. If you will, Māori 1.0 was the bad old days in which the government hoped Māori might pass into or assimilate into non-Māori life. The task of the Pākehā was to, quote, smooth the pillow of a dying race. These were the days, sir, of integration. This was followed by Māori 2.0, which Dr. Cram describes as half an understanding of what Māori wanted. In other words, it was based on looking at how Māori differed from non-Māori, with a gaze still hazy with deficit-based interpretations. In essence, Māori were defined by how they were not achieving, defined by disparities in health, in income, housing, justice, and even in accuracy of data. Now, there is merit in Māori 2.0, equality of citizenship rights, Article 3 rights. This cannot be said to be a thing of the past when we're still suffering, sir, 8 years difference in life expectancy, when Māori leave school earlier and with fewer qualifications than their counterparts, or access fewer health outcomes. So, Mr. Speaker, the Māori Party is working hard to make a difference there, whether it be by this budget, and this budget having $100 million for home insulation, $21 million to reduce rheumatic fever, low or no interest loans to people who can't access credit from other means, or $47 million for apprenticeships and cadetships. But, sir, as I said earlier, fixing up the gaps is only half the issue here, and this is where I suppose we get to Māori 3.0. Māori 3.0 is the story of Māori aspirations and dreams, according to Fiona Cram. It's about whānau working out ways to improve their own lives and take up fresh opportunities and gains to be more self-managing. Our people are tired of others telling them what to do, whether it be Big Brother of the state or the various organs, whether that be the government departments and agencies that appear to run too many families. Mr. Speaker, the Māori Party has always said that our voice is the voice of the people. It is not what we will do to them, it's about what the people actually will do for themselves. So, Mr. Speaker, in essence, that is whānau ora, and the possibility of a plan that drives change for people's own lives. So one of the key findings that has been that has come out in research has been that whānau planning is a change tool for whānau. Common goals identified include financial planning and stability, building on cultural knowledge, healthy lifestyles, greater confidence in parenting, engaging in community life, or coping with grief and loss. This is a fantastic comment, and there is a fantastic comment in what Fiona Cram's article says that I do want to share with the House, which emphasises the wider potential of whānau ora as the key instrument of Māori 3.0. She goes on to quote, "Unless there is some serious contemplation of and action for structural change within government agencies and services, then Māori 3.0, if it lives on, will continue only as a contained backroom affair rather than the outrageous portent of Māori wellness and prosperity that it has the potential to be." But then, she continues, wasn't it Moana Jackson who asked a question along the lines of, what has the government got to fear from a healthy, articulate and dynamic Māori population? Mr. Speaker, at the end of the day, whānau ora is an example of what distinguishes the Māori Party from pretty much every other party in this House. Who might be best described as dominated, I suppose, from the class ideology, an environment focus maybe, left or right. The Māori is not left or right, we're kaupapa driven. And so, Mr. Speaker, just to wrap up, Māori 3.0 is that worth the investment that Fiona Cram talked about? And I say, yes, it is. Just to wrap up, the Professor, Sir Mason Jury quoted, "Whānau order is high and ready to be unleashed. Whānau order provider networks are extensive, committed, innovative and ready to learn from each other, and whānau order is already anchored on solid foundations that will bring fresh opportunities and gains for whānau in the decades ahead." That is what whānau order is all about.
Brendan Horan.
Mr. Speaker, in debating the supplementary estimates, I'd like to start with Vote Health, sir. The supplementary estimates increase ministerial